Welcome back to the show. Oh my goodness, XRP, it can't be dirt cheap. And it won't be, I don't believe. Somebody roll that beautiful intro.
Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show. You got to love days like this in crypto. Markets up 4.7%, 3.49 trillion is where we're sitting. 96,800 plus. Bitcoin up 8%. Ethereum up 6.8, 3,200 plus. XRP to number 3 spots 258. We're up 9.7 on the 24. We're up 6.5 on the 7-day. Tether's at the number 4 spot, 137 billion plus market cap. We're ranging between 236 and 259. We're knocking on the door for today's high. Let's see if we can't go a little higher then. And why not go ahead and take advantage of I Trust Capital, ladies and gentlemen, where you get your own back office, where you could buy your XRP, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, and the rest of it inside your Roth, and it's tax-free when you're 59 and a half, unlike your 401k, which taxes you when you go to draw on it. There's so many other reasons to be here. One of which is that as a retail investor, this is one of the places that you can get sound institutional level grade custody right here. What are you waiting for? The only thing better than buying crypto is buying tax-free crypto, but you haven't done it yet, or you haven't done it in a long time. Why don't you do it now? Click the link underneath the video and get started. It's an amazing experience. I never felt so smart as when I bought my Bitcoin in my Roth. I can tell you that. That sucker's sitting in there tax-free, baby. Yeah, BlackRock, crypto has, listen to this, if you're wondering how fast crypto's growing. Crypto has outpaced the growth of mobile phones and the internet. Yeah. How's your fancy little coin doing? Yeah, I think it's doing all right, and it's about to do a whole lot better. This here from Charles Hoskinson says that Cardano is working right now to integrate the real USD Ripple stablecoin on the Cardano network. It only gets better from here, ladies and gentlemen. By the way, the SEC has just charged Robinhood with violating more than 10 security law provisions. Robinhood has to pay $45 million in a penalty. Think of it. They're like a baby JP Morgan at this point. Why do we have the rules? Just so you can break them? What the hell's going on here? And if they're paying a $45 million fine, how much money did they break by breaking those rules? 500 million, 200 million, 100, 90? You know, if somebody's paying 45 million to break some rules and they made 100 million or more or whatever it is, they're just going to keep breaking the rule, aren't they? A huge partial victory right here for Coinbase in the SEC battle. Oh, I love this as Gary Gensler's on his way out. First, Ripple kicked his ass while he was in. Now we got Coinbase kicking his ass on his way out. Good riddance, Gensler. This huge partial victory for Coinbase in the SEC battle basically is the Third Circuit Court of Appeals found the SEC's rejection of Coinbase's request for clearer crypto rules to be unfair and poorly explained. And they went on to rip them a new ass. As they should. And here we are, 6 days away from the inauguration, 5 days away from Gensler's resignation, and 1 day away from the appeal filing from the SEC against Ripple itself, which I would expect because Gensler has not changed his stripes. Meanwhile, you see everyone starting to gather to welcome in the new appointee, Paul Atkins, who was a former SEC commissioner in years past. Paul Atkins' background both in the SEC and in the private sector, witnessing the real-life impact of regulations makes him exactly the person the SEC needs at its next chair. Senator Hagerty from Tennessee, it was great to meet with him and look forward to seeing him lead the agency. And so do we. And so do we. Remember, he was a former chair of the SEC previously, also a member of the Digital Chamber, and also a member on the board of Securitize with Carlos Domingo, where the Biddle Fund with BlackRock is. I think we're going to be okay, ladies and gentlemen. I think we're going to be okay. Breaking, JP Morgan predicts Solana and XRP ETFs could attract up to $3 to $8 billion in new investment if approved. The SEC's decisions is expected in late January. Here's the good news here. Gensler will be gone. Gensler will be gone. So let's see what happens with that. I welcome all of that because I believe with the introduction of an XRP ETF, you're going to see a demand to buy up the asset to put in a qualified custodian so the fund is in compliance. At the same time, you're going to see the birth of crypto legislation that allows the use within the financial system of XRP and other assets. And then you're going to see a demand to use this asset every day for payments, as well as gas on the network, as well as the ETFs to be able to put the assets in the qualified custodian to back the fund properly. That is the kind of upward pressure we've never seen before. And don't forget automated market makers. Don't forget DeFi, staking, yield, all of it. I'm telling you, there is something coming so big. I don't know where this goes, but one analyst is eyeing $100 per XRP, and a historical pattern plays out. We could see it this cycle, they say. And going into this, the XRP breakout in the current cycle could be preparing the token to rally to $100 if repeating historical patterns play out. Repeating the historical pattern plays out. So this is mimicking the 2017-2018 fractal. And so far, they're seeing a very, very similar repeat of that. Now, there's a long way to go because we're here. X marks the spot. So there's all this that has been unknown yet. But all of this happened in 2017, 2018. But up and from here, through here, and up to here has exactly replicated 2017. So it's not out of the realm to have this conversation to say, could it continue to repeat the 2017, 2018 cycle? So far, it has. But there's no guarantees until it actually takes place. Now, other more conservative targets are between $4 and $8 in the short term, which will be a new all-time high for XRP, and we welcome all of it. And I certainly believe we're headed towards the 3, 4, 5 digits. I've never pretended to know when these things could happen, but I've always believed that Ripple was out here to make a dent in the universe, and that would require a very high-priced XRP. And I'm here for it, just as I'm here for a new all-time high of $4. Listen to this. David Schwartz breaks this down. I think this is a nice throwback talking about a high-price XRP. Listen to this.
The piece we hadn't seen before in Bitcoin was proof of work. But the magic, I think, comes from the fact that there is no central operator. All transactions are public. All the transaction rules are public. Anybody can enforce transaction rules. Like, that was kind of where the magic was. And so we kind of took it apart. And the use case that we decided to target in the early days was payments. Payments are a multi-trillion-dollar problem. And it seems like cryptocurrencies are just naturally suited to make payments better. And it's specifically, we kind of focused on cross-border international payments, not because domestic payments are great, but because it's cross-border payments are the worst. Like, if you, anyone who's made an international payment probably has stories of bad experiences. And so the worse the thing you start with, the less amazing you have to be better. And I think we can eventually be amazing and sort of take over the payments world, but we're not going to be there day one. And so if we can't succeed against the worst part of the problem, why are we bothering?
It's such a great point, no question about it. But now let's go to this clip. And I go back to bringing David into this because I love David's words. David has some great words to say here at times when it comes to the technology. And obviously, there isn't many people that could say these things any better. Listen to this clip.
Yeah, that's kind of where we are now, and we're trying to move into that stage where we have big players and lots of liquidity, and that way there'll be easy ways to get money in and out. There'll be lots of liquidity for cross-currency and cross-border payments, and it'll become a settlement system that will be of high value.
A settlement system of high value. Listen to that.
A settlement system that will be of high value.
It's such a great point. You know, that's exactly right. And that's what I believe is the goal here, right? It is the goal, right? And with real world asset tokenization popping off everywhere, Monica Long just said, if you haven't seen it in my first video, go watch that video. 15 out of the 25 largest banks are getting ready to jump into this whole real world tokenization game. And they have products ready to go right now, day one. Yeah, think of it. They're going to repeal the SAB 121 with an executive order from President Trump. It's days away, and banks are ready to jump on it on day one. You think they've been watching all of their customers take money out of their bank to go buy crypto for more than a decade, and they're not ready to play in this game? Oh, I can tell you, they're ready to get in this water. They got the bathing suit for it. After all, what do we really know? David Schwartz said it back in 2017. It can't be dirt cheap. That doesn't make any sense. If XRP costs $1, and right now it's $2.50, they need 1 million XRP, which would cost $1 million, or $500,000, a little less today. If XRP cost $1 million, they'd need 1 XRP, which would again cost $1 million. Expect that higher prices make payments cheaper. Right now, you can buy $1 million house with Bitcoins. When Bitcoin was $300, it would move the market too much and be too expensive to be practical. So higher prices make payments cheaper because the less you need of it, which means you're not disturbing the liquidity. If I take a cup of water out of the ocean, no one's going to know it. If I take a cup of water out of your bowl of soup, or a cup full out of your bowl of soup, you're going to know it. This is the difference. That's why a high price is needed. And that's why I believe they've had their head down working to connect the repositories of the world together to their infrastructure. And after we get legislation, we'll begin to see all those things really come to fruition over time. And that's what I want to see, that organic adoption inside the financial system that takes us to the goal we've always known it was destined for. And right here from Crypto Insights UK, looking at the XRP to Bitcoin chart, he believes this next move will leave people in shock. From 2013 to 2017, XRP consolidated for 1,277 days before breaking out 5,492% versus Bitcoin. 2017 to 2024, XRP consolidated for 2,741 days and is now broken the downtrend. This consolidation is 2.14 times larger than the last. So let me just go this way then. Let's get an accurate number here. If we were to see a repeat in the same explosion, we're at $2.58. So let's come back to this, right? $2.58 times 5,492%. If we were to see that kind of explosion, even though we've had over 2 times the consolidation period, XRP would be $141.69, according to this information, should it repeat. And there's no guarantees that it would. But you know what? It's exciting to know that all these things are in front of us. And it will be really awesome to watch and to see what the actual result is. Is it a 60% pump, or 600, or 6,000, or 5,000? I don't know the answer, and I've never pretended to. But what I do know is that I got my bags full, and I'm here to watch it happen with my bags full. And that's a lot different for me than it was back in the day when I was talking with friends, people at work, about how big Google was going to be, or Facebook, or Amazon, or Apple, and I didn't buy any of it. But I did this time around, and I know you did too. And I'm excited for each and every one of us. Not financial advice for me or anyone else. It's just my digital perspectives. I'll catch all of you on the next one.